Hi there, Laurie Conrad here from laurieconrad.com, and I want to give you the wisdom that I've learned from my mentors and in my journey from being a corporate employee to an entrepreneur and online marketer. And I want to give you these 7 secrets, because if you follow all 7 and you make them part of your entrepreneurial journey, you're going to create success. So let's dive right into number 1. Input creates success. And what I'm referring to here is everything we put in our minds, okay? Before I was an entrepreneur, I worked for somebody else. And in my free time, I loved personal development, so I spent a lot of time reading books on personal development, but I wasn't an entrepreneur yet. It wasn't in my experience. So once I became a network marketer and an entrepreneur, I realized that what I did with my free time was so important. And so I used to watch the news every night and, spend time on the couch watching TV. And so I transitioned. Into reading more books about being successful in business, listening to audios, buying CDs and listening to those, because what happens is if you've got garbage going in, garbage comes out, right? And that's why we teach our kids what we teach our kids, right? The same as this picture right here. But as an entrepreneur, every successful entrepreneur I know uses their time to actually listen to successful people on audio, on video, whatever, and constantly learn. Like, successful people own libraries, right, in their house. They read a lot of books. They learn a lot of new skills and a lot of new information, and how they do it is putting the right input in. You want to make sure the right stuff is going in, the stuff that inspires you, the stuff that helps you learn, the stuff that helps keep you positive, and all these things will happen. You'll create new skills. You'll constantly be learning, and that's what successful people do. People who are unsuccessful do not read. They spend time on activities that don't really advance them in their life. And so definitely be very aware of what is going in. And for myself personally, I rarely watch the news, because the news is so negative. It's negative, it's stressful, it drains my energy. I keep up to date with what's going on in the world, but I don't overdo it with news. And I would recommend the same, because when you're listening to negative stuff all the time like that, it's so draining, and we need all the energy we can get. Our energy is actually what makes us successful as entrepreneurs. So make sure what you're putting in is good for you, and be very aware of what's going in, and be very discerning, and make decisions about what goes into your head. Like, I made a decision not to watch the news anymore. I watch it enough to keep up to date, and I pick my news, where I get my news very carefully, because I want to protect myself of any kind of negative stuff that's going to drain me. So, number 1 secret, input creates success. Make sure you're really paying attention to what input you're putting in right up here, because we know that thoughts become things, and if you're thinking about any kind of negative stuff or garbage, then that's your outcome. That's what's going to be your outcome. You don't want that outcome. You want positive outcomes. You want positive results. You want to think about the things that you want and how to get them. So thanks for listening to secret number 1, and you're welcome to hop right on to secret number 2.